The Global Disability Innovation Hub, in partnership with El Comité, has led a research case study in Medellín as part of the AT2030 project, funded by UK Aid. This research aimed to evaluate the state of inclusive design and accessibility of the built environment in Medellín, Colombia. The research was carried out during 2023. We built knowledge with the community through interviews, photographic diaries, workshops, and co-design activities that included the experiences and knowledge of different people. From the results, we identified some of the most important topics based on the barriers people want to overcome. These are topography and the communities that live on the outskirts of the city, the periphery. It is important that we recognize these communities and make the environment and terrain more accessible. Health. We found barriers to accessing healthcare and assistive technology, including physical communication and attitudinal barriers. Housing. We recognized that inaccessible environments are a barrier to independent living. Implementation. There are many laws and regulations, but they are not always clear, and it's difficult to implement them. Political will is also essential to put laws into practice. Attitudinal barriers. In relation to the attitudes and communication, it is essential to recognize different types of disabilities, create inclusive communication and wayfinding, and take into account that people's attitudes can be a major barrier. Recreation and culture. We realized that there must be continuity in the accessibility of the city that allows us to reach places and participate in all activities, including transport. Everyone must be able to enjoy their city. Based on the above, some of the recommendations are to recognize and work with the local context, to develop financing and implementation strategies, to design and build this community and continue putting people at the center of this process. When we shared the results of this research with the disability community, their families, and caregivers, they recognized the importance of this study and the need to continue working to promote real inclusion. In addition, they mentioned the need to think about accessibility with different lenses, such as gender, since different identities create additional challenges for accessibility. For example, when you are a woman with a disability. This research aimed to engage diverse participants, but there is always more work to be done on the diversity of accessibility research. We want Medellín to be an inclusive and accessible city. To achieve this, we need inclusive mobility, enjoyable urban life, accessible housing, inclusive communication, thriving communities, and access to opportunities.